Hello everybody, I've got something new for you today, wrapped up in this box. I've already opened it but popped it all back in there. Iain is a good friend of the channel. I've spoken to him about many things before, and he runs a company up in Scotland called Grown Local. Now he's essentially a vertical farmer and he supplies microgreens to the people like restaurants, that sort of thing, who would need them. And he also sells microgreen supplies and now vegetable seeds as well. And what I've got in here, what he sent me, is a microgreen growing kit. So this is entry-level stuff if you want to get involved with growing microgreens. But the bonuses don't stop there. This is a tenner for this little kit, and I think it's well worth it as an entry level, because what you've got here is little trays. These are compostable, as is the majority of the packaging. The labels on these are thermal, so they don't compost, but he's working on that as well at present. He's sent that off to a printers so that all the labelling and everything is compostable. This is labelling around here, and these are coir blocks to grow in. So you get the full kit here. There's your coir blocks, and the instructions on his website say that each one will take 500 millilitres of water. Soak them in 500 millilitres of water. So I've got a very clean bucket here and I'll throw them in, and I just happen to have a whole litre of water that I brought straight from the tap at home, simply because my water butts are still frozen and I've got no water. So I'll chuck that in and let them soak, and then when they're ready I'll come back and show you that, and we'll crack on with sowing these seeds and discussing this as well. Now Iain tells me that the coir that I've got in here, this bucket soaking at the minute, is enough to fill these 4 trays. So as I say, it's a complete kit, and with them he's sent 4 packets of microgreen seeds. Each one is enough for 1 tray, making the whole process easier. Further making it easier, on this package there's a little QR code. Let's see if I can get that close enough. I don't know if you'll be able to scan that on the video. I won't know until you get home. There's a little QR code, and that'll take you to his website for the full instructions about the seeds, or if you wanted to reorder them. And the varieties that we've got in here are a pea, tendril pea, so they'll grow up and you'll get the little pea shoots, great in salads. Radish, Rambo, so again that's a nice mildly warm radish taste. And broccoli calabrese, brilliant to go into salads. And the last one, my favourite for microgreens, is this coriander. If you've never tasted micro coriander, you're really missing out. It's like having summer on your plate in the winter. So that's blooming excellent. And whilst we're on the subject of seeds, he's now started to do vegetable seeds, and he sent me a couple of samples. And I've got cucumber, that's a variety called Merlin, sweet corn solstice, and honeycomb tomato. And the thing again with these is they've got the little QR code in the corner, so if you wanted to reorder, or if you wanted to check the instructions, his advice on growing them, that's brilliant. But the one thing that strikes me that I really like about this is it's got the germination rate on here, so you know before you start what to expect. And this sweet corn, for instance, germination rate of 91%. That's brilliant information, and I wish more seed suppliers would do that. That's a plus point. So I'll be growing these next year. As I say, Iain's mentioned to me that this sweet corn solstice is a whole month earlier than Incredible, which is the normal variety I normally grow and get good results with. And that's got 45 seeds in it, and that's about how many plants I grow, there or thereabouts, once I take into account the 91% germination rate. That's my supply of sweet corn for next year. So thanks Iain for those little bit extras there. Really pleased with them. Now, if you're buying vegetable seeds from Iain's site, He is new and just starting up this seed range. But if you use a code at checkout for your seeds, use POTTY, as in the Potty Mouth Garden Club, but use the code POTTY at checkout, you'll get 10% off as well, and that's even better. I will put a link in the description underneath where you can go to buy these things. I think this kit is brilliant. So I'll come back when that coir is rehydrated, and we'll sow these microgreen seeds, and the others, they can wait until next year. Now, 1 litre of water into this coir is about perfect. Try and show you it there. So that's the coir, and it just goes in the trays. I'm going to fill these up and then sow these seeds. Now with these trays, when I've sown the seeds, there's a couple of things to bear in mind. With the 4 varieties that you get with this kit, the pea and the radish, Iain recommends that you put the other trays on top of them, so you do like that, and that keeps a weight on them to keep the seeds in good contact with this coir compost. And these are not going to stay in the polytunnel. These are going home with me. I'm going on my kitchen windowsill, so they can go in a nice long line like so, and I'll put them on a tray, because these are trays are sort of a cardboard type thing. They're a recycled thing, and they're going to get damp, and if you need to water from the bottom. So put them on some sort of a tray. Most people will have some sort of a tray that you can pop them into. So I'll just tidy these up and then we'll get into doing the seeds. So with those filled up now, and that was the right amount of compost in there for those 4 trays. So that's brilliant. It's exactly what you want and need. Now I'm going to sow the seeds. These are the peas. Just use the whole packet, because the whole packet is designed for these trays, and I'll just spread them around a little bit as well as you can. I'll make a better job of that when I'm at home, but for now that'll do. And then the next tray goes on top to hold them in, and then the radish Rambo, I think there's a separate packet in here. Yep. And I'll just so you can see, I'll just sow these over here. Now Iain's assured me he's grown all these on his desk in his office. Just as soon as they start germinating, if you can, get them into some light. You know, some daylight, get them on a windowsill somewhere. There we go. And again, for the radish, put the next tray on top to keep them in contact. Now, if you buy these extra seeds from Iain, from Grown Local, and if you buy them at the same time as you're buying this kit is £9.99, and it's delivery free. So everything's inclusive. You get it delivered to your house, all the stuff in there that you need to grow microgreens in these little trays. But if you buy seeds at the same time, that will also come delivery free. And there's a code you can use. I will put a link in the description underneath, and the code in case you miss it. But the code is POTTY, as in the Potty Mouth Garden Club, and you'll get 10% off the seeds. So that's well worth noting. Again, this one is the broccoli. And I'm super excited about this, because I generally grow microgreens in much bigger trays. This means I can grow them on the windowsill at home, and several times a day I can keep my eye on them, which to me is brilliant. And my favourite one, the coriander. Now Iain also sells much bigger kits and trays. I use I've got some much bigger trays that I use down here in the polytunnel through the spring and summer months. There we go. That's all them sown. And that's these babies here. These two big trays together. One of them, as you can see, has got holes in. That's where you put your growing medium, your compost, or your coir, if you go that route. And then there's a tray with no holes in it. That's your reservoir, and that just sits in like that. And that will give you so much more in those months when you perhaps want them in the summer, where you want to eat more fresher greens, more salads, more stir fries, more of that type of thing. So I mean, I've got, I think, 3 sets of these, and these are brilliant. Iain also sells them as well, so do have a look, good look around. But there we go, microgreens, a tenner, peas, radish, broccoli calabrese, and coriander, which is to die for. And I should start seeing signs of these growing definitely within inside 2 weeks, so we'll be eating these sometime in January. And these are a few of my mixes that I've grown myself, some yet to come. These have all got frozen and frosted during that recent cold spell. This one's okay. We'll take this home and eat it in the next day or so. Yeah, so we'll just wait and see what's happening. This one's recovering. This one, not too bad. Hopefully this will recover too. But anyway, that's it for today. Look after yourselves, everyone. Have a look at that link down below, see what you think. But I think that's brilliant bargain, that $9.99 for a seed kit to get you into microgreen growing, and the flavour and the value from growing those yourself, simply stunning. But that's it for today. Look after yourselves, everyone. Stay safe, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Ta-ra now.